Well, yes. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Genesis especially is a collection of mythology. I suggest you pause to read, but there's this and this. As Matt Baker of Useful Charts says,
The three patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Here the stories get much more detailed, and the setting often involves place names that we know actually existed in the real world. But according to most historians, we're still dealing primarily with mythology at this point. You could argue that it is starting to border on legend because of the historical place names, but the problem with the place names in Genesis is that they are off by about 1,000 years. So it's kind of like someone writing a story about the pre-colonial Americas, but including the cities of New York and Chicago in the setting.
and then going back to the point of the Israelite conquest of Canaan, that is clearly mythology too, or at best, legend. For example, Jericho was not even occupied when Israel supposedly conquered it. And as Dan McClellan says,
Well, archaeologists have found collapsed walls at Jericho, and what's remarkable is they fell outward all around the city at various points where teams of archaeologists have excavated. And that's significant because an invading army would normally find a weak spot in the walls and bash it inward. But no, these walls collapsed at multiple points, indicating that the walls fell of their own accord. This is consistent with the Bible's claim that this was a miracle.
Actually, this is consistent with an earthquake, which is what the archaeologists and seismologists working at the site since Kenyon have all concluded.
so the archaeological data does not support the idea that the patriarchs or the Israelite conquest are historical.